It's a summary of the month April. We just show everything we did. It will be a part of a new playlist where we just like put down everything that happened in a chronological order.
Yeah, I think it'll be good for memory, mainly for us as well. We're just like recapping what happened and it's kind of nice. And that's it.
Maybe you also enjoy some of the things and you see the update, how the house is developing, how the land is changing, how the nature is changing. Okay, and also how the weather is changing. And this is also what I want to start. But weather in April was crazy. It changed a lot. So we moved in the end of February. We spent the rainy March at the land. It was very exciting. We had a few sunny days. And in April, it got better, but still almost every morning we had like fog, some rain, almost every time rain, and then sun came out. It was like in Germany, a bit, but more intense on every level. Like more rain, more sun. I did my first planting. I really wanted to plant some seeds. I wanted to have like a small herbal garden. So today I went plant shopping. I got some lilies and I got a white flower mix, and I really hope that it will work out. Let's see. Expectations are low, but... And I took all the seeds, and as a city girl as I am, without doing any research, I was just putting everything in one pot with earth, and I was waiting if something came. It did, and you will see in the end of the video how it looked like. I was also buying loads of flowers because the markets here, they're great. Like they have a section for gardening, and then you see all the different seeds you can buy, and I just bought everything I like. Besides that, April was kind of slow.
Yeah, since we had to stay a lot still inside of the tiny house because of the rain, we didn't have a lot to do. We could not be here. We didn't even have like a table or anything like that, right? So we had to stay inside a lot, which is a bit annoying once you just have like the tiny house. But I think that at least on this perspective, both of us, it's not a problem. We don't get annoyed by each other. We kind of goes by quite well. But of course, when it's summer, where we can enjoy the outside, it's way better.
Yeah, also now we're getting lots of guests, so it's always busy. But back then, it was just the three of us with Bonnie. Daniel and Bonnie also enjoyed a lot of cuddling. Then in April, we still had the issue that we needed to like carry water buckets to our home. At least we had a bit improvement with the box where we filled the water buckets in. This was still a very adventurous task because the river was floating a lot still. Like whenever it was raining, a few hours later, the river got bigger and bigger. In April, we also did loads of hikes. Almost every day before work, we tried to do like running hikes. So running as much as possible, hiking the rest. Trying to explore all the different ways, because here there's so many like little like groups of houses everywhere, and yeah, we just try to see the neighborhood. Bonnie always with us.
First days we had a chance to walk around. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Also the nature was significantly greener because of all of the rain and water we had. We were also exploring a few places to chill in the land, so after work where we would sit, so we could still get some sun and enjoy a bit of the outdoor part.
Also try to figure out like where would it be nice to have like a chill out area, because the land, it's quite large and it has like many hidden spots.
Yeah.
So it's like small exploration on the land.
Yeah, and it's also very irregular, right? So we have a bit of flat area here where we are, which is next to the river, but all the rest is kind of hilly. We're trying to chill in different places to see where we like and what we're gonna do there. The fishing season started in March and it was still happening, and one of them actually managed to get like a very tiny fish.
Bonnie was also quite amazed by it.
Very interested and curious to see that. We also started our entrance project, which was trying to buy some plants here and there, some vase to do some minor decoration at the entrance. We went to the gardening shop next to Monson. We managed to find a handful of nice plants, and we bought some lemon trees and orange trees, and we did a bit of everything there, including this big concrete vase which I at least love them. It's just, you can put a bunch of flowers in there. It just looks great. And
yeah, the gate is a project for Daniel. He hates it.
yeah, I'm not so happy with the current state. You see, it's just all of these boxes. It's not quite the stone wall I had in mind.
So April got also, as we said, it got more sunny and also warmer. I try to jump in the river every day, normally after sport, but there it was already getting so warm that I also could go within the day. But it's difficult to jump, just to know how cold it is. Bonnie doesn't care. She jumps in all the time. She loves. loves. She doesn't go by herself though, only if you throw a steak or a toy or throw her. In April she also helped me to get into the water.
Bonnie is also something we start to notice that she starts to change, or at least be a bit more wild nature dog compared to when she was living in Berlin, where when we moved here, she was very much just wanted to stay next to us and do stuff with us like full time. And now she started to get a bit more autonomy. She starts to check for animals. She killed a few lizards. It's something we don't like, also because of the flies and stuff. But at least she's a bit more curious and she explores a tiny bit more. Still, border collies are very much focused on us, but she starts to get a bit of autonomy at this point, so that's nice. Another funny thing is that I think it was an otter or fish or something that she saw for the first time at the river, and she got angry. She, like, her fur got up here, and now she turns into this guard dog for a bit. It's not like guard dog, she wouldn't bite much, wouldn't do much, but it's interesting to see that she gets hyped and bark and do things that she wouldn't do before.
It's also something you push on her. Like now
Yeah,
you
we
tease
like
her
it.
all the time.
Yeah, it's cute. April, they also had the fishing competition, right?
Yeah, I wasn't there. I
Yeah.
didn't see it. You were also
I was also-
traveling. We
yeah.
both traveled.
It was funny because one day I was just working and then they came like this pickup car of the forest guards and they were just cleaning all the borders of the river so the fishermen they could walk around for this weekend where they had a fishing competition. I don't know how it was. I saw the day before the fishing competition there was people here very early, like 6 a.m. walking around, fishing and doing stuff.
Also in small groups.
Small groups of people. So it's kind of interesting. We had it there.
But this was also the only time where we were kind of able to walk next to the river because the nature is overtaking it so fast. Like we tried to walk now next to our river, like going river up. Almost impossible. It's full adventure.
Yeah, it's very dense. Very, very dense.
Yeah.
And it looks like it was never been cut.
Yeah, it's crazy. Shopping. Next to our land, there's nothing. Like we have a tiny shop that it's only opening at 4 p.m. and then only for 1 hour or 2 hours. So this one doesn't really count. So we usually always go to Lidl in Monsau. It's half an hour car drive. If Daniel drives a bit less. Since in March we had the little accident with Bonnie, where she freaked out because she was alone and then destroyed the bathroom. We started to take her again everywhere we went, and because dogs are not allowed in Lidl, Bonnie was waiting outside. On April, we also did our very first barbecue outside, where we were like in swimwear, just enjoying the nice weather, the sun.
April was the starting point for the good weather, basically.
We explored the neighborhood still a lot, as we said. Also tried to push a bit more far, like go for small hikes in the neighborhood.
And trying different paths, different areas.
Yeah, and found also very, very beautiful hikes. Like now we have some standard routes, for example. Some of our neighbors, they're Colombian, so we have the Colombian way, which is basically just passing by their property and then like going to a mountain, and climb up the mountain and come to a beautiful or nice view on the city or on mountains, nature, whatever. This one I found, and it's now a basic route when we have guests, which I do with my friends. I remember the first day I did this route. On the way back, Bonnie and me met a woman on the street and she had like little sheets with her. And it was so cute because the sheep saw us. They were like super scared, checking on Bonnie. Bonnie didn't really care. And then they decided to run the sheep. And I managed to take a video. Also with all of this hiking, one thing I noticed, I'm falling a lot here. Like in Berlin, I cannot remember the last time I was falling, but here all the time because the floor is very uneven, probably also do more now. I don't know.
Full of stones. It's not
No.
an easy one to walk around.
You need to pay more attention.
Yep.
It's the small things we notice, like moving from the city, moving to the countryside.
And it's not that you get yourself on the floor, but you're always slippery and it's a bit, yeah. At the end of the month, we started to see already a bit of the peach and some orange flowers, some of the trees and the plants we bought.
Peaches started to grow, like from the trees we bought in the first month, they started to develop little fruits. The orange tree was in blossom.
Yeah.
It was not the first time that I smelled orange blossom.
It's really good.
amazing.
It was
It's
really
so
good.
great. I love it. Yeah, also on our hikes, we could see how the grapes are changing. Like it was the first time for me that I see grapes in blossom and see how they're growing and develop the little leaves. And there are so many flowers popping up in April. Just beautiful.
Yeah, it was actually the prettiest month so far, I guess, because we still had a lot of rain and the humidity was kind of too strong. But then you would get like a couple of days of sun and everything was just powerful and green. It was really nice,
Nature
really
was waking up.
Yeah.
And also nature was waking up on every level. We also had some wasps which tried to build nests. We had 2.
Yeah, minor incidents. One in the light and another one was at the cover of the grill that we bought. But it was fine. It was not like full of wasps. We could just knock them out and run and it was fine. It was no issue.
Yeah, I was scared. I thought, oh my God, if we leave it there, we will have like a nest. But it was actually just per nest attempt, only 1 was. And they were right out in that, I don't know, they failed.
No. People here, they love fireworks and it's still happening here. The weather started to get better and the fireworks started to show up. So Bonnie's scared. Every time there's fireworks, she runs underneath the tiny house to be like protected. I would say that on the noise side, I wouldn't care. It's not so loud, it's not 24/7, but Bonnie gets scared and then it's a bit, I don't know if you're on a hike or if you're playing with her, she will like, freak out and try to get protected on it. Yeah, we also had our guests.
The end of the month, my stepdad arrived because my mom and my stepdad were visiting in May. But my stepdad decided to go by car and he arrived before my mom and he brought his drone and we were flying around a bit. Bonnie was super hyped about the drone.
I think that's it.
That's
We're gonna
April.
do the same for May, June, July, August, everything. It's a way for us to keep track on everything that happened. It's also visual. Maybe it's interesting as well to share. That's it.
Ciao, ciao.